Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jim with Digital Asset today. So, good morning, everybody. Um, I'm just looking at the market here. Also, I just checked out my last video, and I sort of sound like a douchebag. So, I don't know. Just bear with me as I try and, get my bearings on this. So, it looks like perhaps. So, first off, first thing we want to look at is we locked in a 1 day green candle, which is huge. We got a this is what we call a dragonfly doji, right? If you want, you can see that in my. I have some of these candles in my my PowerPoint presentation. So you can sign up. You can go to my website and check that out if you want some resources. So this is a good sign. That's typical of a reversal, but we shall see. I am kind of cautiously sort of bullish, but also bearish. I mean, I think it's also possible that we dip back down and hit this zone here. I'm not ruling that out. I still have cash ready to buy some dips, but I did buy some dips down here, and it's all about trying to kind of average down. So first thing I'm looking at is again, this is the 1 day. This is the Ichimoku cloud. And again, we did get the bear cross here. That's that purple mark. But I'm looking at the cloud specifically, and we are actually dipping into this level, which is a good sign. And also note it's 8:30, actually it's 9:30 Tokyo time, right, which is something that I'm looking at. And if we zoom in, now, typically, I'm not looking at the hourly, but in this instance, I'm kind of monitoring pretty closely, and it looks like we're gonna break out of this, so that's kind of cool. If we zoom into the 15-minute, some things I kind of want to show you guys. So here's the kind of the cloud area. This is what I'm looking at, and I personally think if we break through here, we're going to get to the top of this zone, most likely. I'm looking at something like that. I don't know. We'll see, but that's what I'm looking at. Lots of action up here to revisit. So I think that's a good point to look at. And there was this. I'm not sure if I posted this or I showed you guys this in the last video, but there was this massive divergence. So this is the RSI. This is Relative Strength Index, which is basically showing the strength of the trend. And when we look at this, I look at this personally to look at the momentum of a trend changing, right? So when you think of somebody running really fast and they're slowing down, they're still running, right? And they're still moving forward, but they're losing momentum. They're slowing down, even though they're still going forward. So it's the same thing. Even though price was decreasing, we're looking at this RSI and it's going the other way. So we're seeing the trend actually slow down a little bit, and this gives you some hits. And to be honest, typically when you look at an RSI divergence, you look at like maybe 1 point, you'll be like, oh, cool, look at that divergence. You don't usually get this very clean, neat, drawn out, ridiculous divergence. It's pretty crazy to see something like this, in my opinion. You don't really see this stretched out. So to me, that just shows that this was a very cautious dump. This is lots of people, lots of people trying to buy the dip, while lots of people also panic selling, basically. It's kind of the battle of that zone. And I do think, and the other possibility is, I think so many people were looking at this area, this like 8,000, 8,500, whatever, this zone, that it's possible that enough people were just sitting there waiting to get the dip, and enough people are averaging down that we've now turned around. So that's possible. I also think another leg down is definitely possible as well, though. So again, just want to be ready for anything, and just want to show you this just really beautiful, just so pretty Head and Shoulders. What a beauty! Just textbook. If I can lock that in, yeah. Just beautiful, beautiful inverted Head and Shoulders. And that is a bullish reversal sign. Such a beauty. Then we broke out from there, and we tested this cloud area, which is what I'm looking at. Now, not a lot of people are looking at the Ichimoku, or at least, I don't know. Maybe they are. But and then we got this, also this this little W pattern, right? So we got a higher low and another higher low, right? So we got a higher high, higher low, and another higher low, and we'll see right now it's pretty decisive as to what Asia decides to do with this, right? So basically, New York and London have kicked it off here, and now they've passed the ball to Asia, and we're going to see what Asia does with this. Yeah, another thing I'm looking at is the Bitfinex longs versus shorts. My buddy coded this, and I mean, no surprise, we're seeing a build of longs, and also note that, I mean, pretty much people shorting, you can see that it's been decreasing as we go down. Not surprising. And again, and the green part is just a histogram version of the same thing. And you can actually pull this directly from bfxdata.com. That's where this is pulled from. It's Bitfinex's data that they just give you. So it's great. They have a little API for you. Cool. Okay. So moving on. Other thing I'm looking at, CoinMarketCap is looking better, right? So noobs are, looking at CoinMarketCap, and they're going to see green. What kind of 100% smart cash? Okay. Yeah, I've heard good. Wow. Heard good things. I think smart cash got pretty torn up though before, so that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, so we're seeing the nice little sea of green, and noobs are going to be like, oh, great, everything's okay again, awesome. So that's looking good. Other thing I'm looking at is the total market cap, and like I was talking about last night, if you, I just wanted to get a way to draw a line. Right? Oh, we just nailed that line. So that's really interesting. So, I mean, if we just hit that and we turn around, man, I don't know, that makes me kind of bullish. So, again, I'm cautiously bullish, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Very interesting. And the other thing to look at, I haven't looked at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is making a comeback here. So that might have been the bottom. And the other interesting thing was last time alts crashed. Can we look at 1 year? So last time we saw the peak of alts are back was when Bitcoin dominance was at all-time low, and then all the ETH traders were like, oh, the flippening is happening. The flippening. If you don't know, the flippening is the idea that Ethereum will overtake Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin Cash people also suppose that Bitcoin Cash will overtake Bitcoin at some point, and they're calling that I don't know what people call that. That's a thing. The cashioning, B-cashioning, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, the point is, at the peak of people thinking that, all coins are going to overtake Bitcoin, that's when things turned around, and that was the end of the alt boom cycle. So that's just interesting. That's something that I'm looking at here. Just something to keep in mind. Not saying that that's necessarily that alts are done, but again, just be cautious with whatever you're looking at. In news, I haven't really looked at the news actually, but I did see there's like some CNBC articles already out saying like, oh, the Bitcoin rallies as, everybody buys back in or whatever. So, I mean, it's a decent sign that, again, the public's worries are over, maybe. We'll see. More about BitConnect. Oh, yeah, CBOE's first futures expired today. I kind of wanted to investigate that a little bit more. Right, you gotta love these bear articles. Bitcoin falls below 10,000 as virtual currency bubble deflates. So nothing super interesting. Just kind of run-of-the-mill stuff. Cool. All right. Well, I'll wrap up this video, but hope everybody is out there. Oh, so I bought some Bitcoin. If you want to know what I did, I bought some Bitcoin below, actually on this retest right here. And this dip right here, bought some here, and then I also bought some Zcash, and which is great. It's a nice little. I mean, the cool thing about as you get more experienced, you stop freaking out so much, and you actually start to get excited about dips because that's where you learn. That's where you make all your money, basically. So, you know, it used to be when you start out, you're kind of like you're freaking out, you're panic selling, you don't know what to do, you're looking for somebody to tell you what to do. And yeah, as you get more experienced and you learn more about technical analysis, you actually you get really excited for dips. These are the times where you make all your money on these bloody days where you stay calm and collected and buy the fucking dip, BTFD, bro. And I bought Zcash at like 414, whatever that was. So yeah, down here when it was turning around. So yeah, it was a nice little move. RSI is getting up there, so I mean we could see a pullback. I'm just cautiously watching to see what Asia does, and we shall see. I mean, part of me wants to just hold, yeah. I think some people on Twitter are joking like they just bought Bitcoin here and they're just going to hold it forever and never close. It's like the law that they'll never close. It's like the last time you'll ever buy Bitcoin under 10K. That's one way to look at it. We shall see. I'm not ruling out another leg down personally, but we could also skyrocket up from this. Who knows? Bitcoin has done weirder stuff. So anyway, if you like this, hit subscribe down below and feel free to ask me any questions down in the comments. I'd love to make a video to address whatever you're looking at. All right. We'll see ya.